everyone. Today I have Chris here with me, and we are going to be talking through some really, I guess, stressful topics for some parents, and that is around how to juggle little one's routine when you have older siblings at home.
Yeah.
So this is something that commonly comes up. I know I get a lot of inquiries about this, and Chris certainly does. It's, you know, the wanting to do the right thing by your little one, but, you know, you have daycare drop-off or school drop-off to manage. So it's about how on earth can you adjust that schedule or that routine in the day to make sure you can fit everything in.
Yeah.
So I know Chris has a lot to say on this.
So we get this a lot. We might have a 5-year-old at school, a 3-year-old at daycare, and a little 6-month-old. And how do you meet all those needs? So the one thing we know is the school-age child needs to be at school at, let's say 9 and be picked up at 3. And you've got a toddler in there, so they can be dropped off before or after. So you're going to be out of the house, I reckon, for an hour to do that round trip. So that little 6-month-old still needs those sleep windows, but we need to make adjustments for that. And the first thing that we normally do is we wake the 6-month-old a little bit earlier. So that little 6-month-old might be woken at 6, goes down at 8, has 45 minutes sleep, and then we're on the run. You know,
Right.
We're doing the school drop-off and then the daycare drop-off. We do the school drop-off first because you've got more flexibility with daycare, okay? Then it comes to the afternoon. So then you get home, do a bit of running around, you put your little one down, and their sleep window is going to be more between 12:30 and 2:30. So it gives you that little half hour to get that little bub up, get him in the car, and get him going. So you have to make an adjustment. You don't discard that baby's needs. So you really need to sit down and go, where do I need to be and how do I need to get it?
You always need to write it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, you know, I need to be at school at this time and I can do drop-off for daycare either side of that. And where's my baby at and what does that baby need? And you're just everybody's going to move and juggle, except the school-age child, because that one's the fixed one.
Well, that's what I struggle with. I know my
Yeah,
little one's
that's
at
right.
preschool, but there are fixed timings.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they have after-school care.
Yeah, and this is the other thing to consider. You know, if your mother's around the corner, could she do a couple of afternoons so you don't have to get that baby up? You need to consider, is there a little bit of after-school care that might help you out on a day or so? But to disregard that little one's needs will generally end up in a bit of a pickle at night.
Yes.
And you can't work out how to get out of it. So
You'll be tired and cranky
absolutely.
and unproductive. So.
And where we would normally say don't wake a little one from their sleep in the morning, in this case, I probably would.
Yes.
No earlier than 6, but 6 being the earliest.
And that, I guess, is a small sacrifice you'll make that
Absolutely.
morning to then make sure that the rest of the day and the night is not as
chaotic.
Yeah.
And the other key is that it will get better by 9 months because they stay awake for 3 hours. If they get up at 6, you'll do it the reverse. So you'll do your daycare drop-off first, you'll do your school drop-off, you'll be home by just after 9, and you'll pop that little one down for 45 minutes, and then he'll go down again about 12:30, sleep till 2:30. The better, or the good part about this is that he's probably likely to be in bed more at 6:30 than 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
Because we're asking him to push a little bit forward.
Okay.
But the upside of that is it gives time for you to be with that toddler or that school-age child that still needs quite a lot from you.
And I think what you say about the whole give and take is very important, because I know for me I used to be, oh gosh, everyone has to be doing a certain thing at a certain time, but every day is completely different.
Absolutely, and we've got to bend, and what I see is that most people are bending the baby and the baby is falling apart.
Yeah.
Whereas actually if we sit down, get a piece of paper out, who needs me for what?
And who can help out?
And accepting a bit of help. That's what it's sort of all about. And just juggling them a little bit.
Yeah. I think there's some really great tips, and I think, you know, get the village, call on people. I know that it took me a while to get help, but
And
once you
bring
do,
it
it's
in.
a game changer.
Yeah.
And I think writing it down is key. So jump onto the app, have a look at your daily rhythms, have a look at what everyone needs, map it out, and then do that little bit adjusting. And as always, you know, we love hearing from you, and any questions, give us a shout. But I think once you kind of understand that their timings do change, it's not staying on the same routine forever. Right. And once you learn how to understand your baby's needs, it makes it so much easier to work around that. Thanks so much, Chris.
Pleasure.